Hey guys, welcome back to Making It. We got a little autumn, little holiday fall spectacular, a little special, a little baking, a little sweet tooth for the holidays. All right, Thanksgiving. For your husband who just loves a little pumpkin bread with his coffee. So good. Boy, do we got the recipe for you. Chocolate, pecan, sourdough, pumpkin bread. Let's get into the ingredients, right? What do we got today? All right, here we go. What do we got? No candles today, nothing crazy. We'll start off with what we're gonna use last. We got a little 10X, a little powdered sugar. That's gonna be a little topper, a little kiss. Sugar, regenerative, organic, light brown sugar. Spelt flour, just a whole grain, adds a nice little nuttiness, a little more of like a whole wheaty kind of good old-fashioned bread flour, all right? The foundation of a lot of good bakes. Just high protein, gives it a nice fluffy, nice little light bready texture. Sourdough starter. All right, you know, I got mine in the fridge. I've been baking a lot of focaccia, crushing the focaccia bill. Out of control, better than the video. That's the best focaccia I ever made. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. That's gonna give it a little sourness, a little funk, a little umami, a little question, a little nice. I like a good avocado oil. You could use, a lot of folks bake with like canola or vegetable. Not a big fan of the seed oils these days. I don't know, I don't like them. We got butter for the pan. Keep things nice and buttered up, baby. Give a nice little buttery kind of crust flavor. I go a little heavy on the Date syrup, right. You could use maple syrup. You could add a little more sugar. You could add honey, I guess. I don't know. Gives it a really nice little depth of flavor. Pumpkin puree. I like to always make sure I don't buy pumpkin pie filling. It's got sugar and different skaboots in it already. Yeah, freaking pumpkin. That good looking pumpkin. We got some baking soda and baking powder. The classics. Our little baking magics, our little chemistry explosions and neutralizations.
This person doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
I don't friggin' even know anymore.
How would you even know it?
We got some chocolate chips. These are like 60% bittersweet or semi-sweet, they call that. Use whatever you want. I like a dark chocolate. And then we got some pecans, all right? Some toasted pecans. The nut of Texas. Cinnamon, cardamom powder, salt, ginger powder, and allspice. Just a little bit, all right? A little bit goes a long way with that stuff. And then we got some vanilla extract. I got 2 eggs from the girls. We got a good flock of chickens out there. Thank you, everyone. Lord of Death, thanks for hanging. Thanks for playing. Let's get it cooking here. Let me get a scale. You don't have a kitchen scale and you're baking, you're, hate to say it, but you're doing it wrong. So we got our dry ingredients, our wet ingredients. I'm gonna measure out all our dry first, then we'll do our wet in a separate bowl. We'll combine them, and there you go, you're baking. All right, you got freaking pumpkin bread. So let's start off with 180 grams of all-purpose or bread flour. I'll be using some bread flour. And then we're gonna add a little bit of more of our whole wheat, a little nuttier flour, some spelt flour. 50 grams, totaling out to 230 grams total flour. If you don't want to use spelt, you can use whole wheat. You could also just use more of your all-purpose or your bread flour. But I like cutting it with a little bit of spelt, give it a little bit more of a nutty kind of whole wheat kind of fun, nice. 1 teaspoon of, what the heck is this, soda? Baking soda. 1 teaspoon baking pow, bae. Meow, watch out. Sodium bicarbonate, sodium aluminum sulfate, monocalcium phosphate. Oh boy. Contains bioengineered food ingredients. Clabber Girl Corporation, Indiana. Questions or comments? You bet, I'm calling. Clabber Girl? I got fucking questions, all right. Now we're going for 200 grams of our brown sugar. I like using a little light brown. You could use any kind of sugar, I guess. Seems like so much. I can't put any more in there. I mean, I don't mind it when it's not super, super sweet. But that seems like a lot. 181. Let's call it right there. Now we're gonna add our spices. Again, we got cinnamon, salt, cardamom powder, allspice, ground ginger. Bam. We just wanna mix that all up. Nice even consistency. I like to give it a little shake as I go. Smells good, I'll tell you that. Fresh cardamom powder. I love cardamom. Let's make our wet. 125 grams of our sourdough discard. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of the date syrup. 1 15-ounce can, 425 grams of pumpkin puree. Vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon. Yeah, it doesn't taste good. 2 eggs, all right? Little chicken eggs. Chickies. We're gonna do a little shy of a half a cup of oil. Little shy. And what we wanna do, I like to get started with the oil and the eggs and just mix everything up into a nice, smooth, Everything should be nice and well incorporated. It should be the consistency of if an old lady made butterscotch pudding. So we have our dry and our wet. Before I forget, I like to get a little prep done. I'm gonna chop up a 9-year-old's handful of pecans. There's 14 pecans there and about 42 chocolate chips. I like it subtle. I don't want a big piece of nut or a big piece of chocolate in my bread. I like it chopped up and mixed into it. A little grit, a little fleck, a little speckle of chocolate, a little crunch, a little sandy note of a chopped toasted pecan wrapped around all of that beautiful pumpkin puree. Yum! And then you do dry into the wet, okay? I think that's what they teach you. All right, great. That's the rest of our dry, and we gotta keep mixing. Mix, mix, mix. You don't wanna see any flour, no dry pockets, nothing like that. It should be a nice little, you got a little grit from your pecan and from your chocolate. Can't help but not taste that. Mmm, dreamy. Let's let everything hang out for a minute, get a little happy, a little comfortable, get to know each other, relax. I preheated the oven, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're at our cruising elevation. Next up is our baking vessel. We got the classic, what is this? 8.5 by 4 or 3.5 or something. Your classic baking dish, okay? You can do it. You can do it in a cast iron if you wanted to. You can do it in muffin tins, little cuties, okay? But we're gonna be using this today. And what I like to do is I take a little piece of paper towel and I get a little butter and I rub it on the sides and all the little nooks and crannies, all right? You just wanna go ahead and grease this baby up. Butter is gonna add a nice little flavor to the outside. I like it. Sometimes people put a little bit of sugar on the butter as just a little crumbler. And also we got some parchment. I'm gonna put a little parchment paper down. Sometimes that bottom get a little sticky on you. And I like to put a little butter on the parchment paper too. Just grease everything up. Grease yourself up. Look, I made these little folds, little foldy folds. Look at that, greased up, nice. You could put a little sugar down there. Let's do it. On the sides, all right, look at us. Just a little light sand. All right, let's pour our batter right in here. Oh boy, that looks good, don't it? All right, so the oven's at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's get it in there. We're gonna put it in mid-level. Set your timer for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, we're gonna give it a little 180 spin dough. Let it cook nice and evenly. We're gonna go for an hour. We're gonna do some checks. We're gonna do the old jab it with a wooden skewer till it comes out dry. Pumpkin bread has been cooking for 70 minutes and I think it's done. And it's important to let your bread cool down a little bit before you go in there. Let things kind of set up. Everything's kind of hot and molten even though it's done. I like it warm, but ripping hot can be a little messy. I feel really good about the bake. It looks nice. We had a nice rise. The outside looks wonderful. Looks like we got some nice little edges. We're gonna let it cool out. Come back and say 20 minutes and we'll pop this thing out, give it a little taste. All right, let it rest. Don't touch it. Bobby, you're sticking your little fingers in there. You too, Bonnie. No pumpkin bread for you yet, Bon. Little rat possum. I pulled it out about 10 minutes ago. We're gonna go for the dismount. Our parchment paper, lining in there is gonna make a big difference in getting this out. She's a beaut. Now, when it's still a little warm, I like to give it a little powdered sugar coating on top. Just a little. Little snowy mountain tops. I like getting a little bit of that powdered sugar on the sides. Woo! Don't rush this. It's still real hot in there. I know it smells delicious. You wanna cut it in there. Maybe little Billy's running around. He thinks he's slick. He's gonna cut it. Shut it down. Put it up somewhere high. Put it on a little wire rack so the bottom's not sweating. Keep it up in the windowsill and watch out for Yogi Bear and the taking a picking of baskets coming and taking your pumpkin bread. Don't rush this step, please. All right, so this thing's been resting for a little bit now. I can't wait anymore. Let's cut her open. It's still a little warm. Beautiful though. That's what I'm looking for. I want it to be moist, but I don't want it to be like gummy or mushy. This is still a little warm. It's even gonna get a little more set up. You can see a nice little development of crust on the outside. The end's my favorite part. I mean, that looks delicious. The little bits of nuts, the little bit of chocolate. I'm not trying to eat a big candy bar. Little scoop of vanilla ice cream, and you're living the dream, bud. Pumpkin bread, right? Little sourdough starter. Oh, you're tired of throwing it in the garbage? Throw it right in your little pumpkin bread for the holidays. You'll be a hero. Show up to your in-laws' house. Show up to your best friend Rebecca's house with a little sourdough discard pumpkin bread with some chocolate and some pecans.
It's even better the next day.
And look at you guys. You sit around, have a little cup of coffee, and you talk things out, all right? Oh my God. That cardamom comes through. It's like a little, if you didn't know what it was, you'd be like, what is that? Same with the allspice. Everything's a little subtle there. The date syrup, even the sweetness, not overly sweet, and that's how I like it. And then when you're storing it, wrap it up in a piece of parchment paper or butcher paper or freezer paper. You can put it in a container or a Ziploc or something. What I love to do is you get a nice little slice like this, hot cast iron, little butter, toast that baby up, nice toasty face on there, scoop of vanilla ice cream. Whoa, that's delicious. Easy to do. Sourdough, pumpkin bread, little chocolate, little pecan. Look at us, look at you. Happy holidays. Get yourself some pumpkin latte mochachinos and your donuts and your whatever bread. It gets a bad rap. Oh, holidays. Everyone's getting their pumpkin coffee and donuts. Yeah, because it's good. All right? Don't be a dick. If it's good, it's good. What do they like to say? Don't yuck my yum. See you next time, guys. Love you. Thumbnail ready? Oh my, what the f***? Oh, pumpkin f***.
Cut.
You do a pretty good ticker, huh?
You do.
Yeah, thank you. Really delicious. Better than my first one.